go.
Hello and welcome to USTS, the Ultimate Sports and Training Show. I'll be your host for today's show, Bob Lemire. Joining me on today's show, I've got two incredible, I'd say, athletes and the new owners of the Longevity Gym in Dracut, Mass. Just a couple of days old. And we're going to talk about how they train. They've trained their whole life and some of their experiences. And we have Erin Gannon. Erin Gannon. Welcome to the show, Erin.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And Josh Valdez.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Josh. And as I said, they're the owners of Longevity. They have different ways of personalized training, and we're going to get into how they do their training and how they train people themselves. But before we start, Erin, give me a little synopsis of your life. What's Erin Gannon all about?
So my main job, I'm in commercial real estate. I've been doing that for about 19 years now. And we recently partnered together and opened this gym, which is now 4 days old. That's pretty much it. That's my background.
Yeah, and you're in excellent shape, so you've trained your whole life.
I've been working out since my early 20s. Yeah.
So, that's all I do.
Well, very
Think about
humble.
it. Yeah, that's I know. You don't have to be humble. And Josh, what about yourself? What's going on here?
My name is Josh. As you guys know, I go by Coach Josh.
Coach Josh, yes.
I've been training since middle school.
Nice.
Basketball, boxing, lifting weights. Always been my passion. Been a personal trainer now for over 10 years.
Nice. Very nice.
I
Yeah.
still do boxing till this day. I do have jiu-jitsu experience,
Right.
as I just mentioned. And I just want to get everybody else right. Get
Yeah.
everyone else healthy.
There you go. And that's what it's all about. Well, the name Longevity is a great name.
Yes.
Great name for a band, the Longevities.
There you go.
But and that's what it's all about. Training, working out. It's about longevity down the road. Not only, and it's about your value of life, right?
Exactly.
Of how you're living every day. Erin, when did you start working out religiously?
Early 20s. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how long ago
No.
that was, but
Yeah. So you've been training in various gyms.
I never got into sports when I was younger just because I was a bit of an introvert. I'm better at raising athletes than I
Yeah.
am becoming an athlete.
Right. Yeah.
But I needed something in my life to get me in better shape because I wasn't doing
Right.
the right things. And I started working out at a gym, like I said, early 20s, and I fell in love with it.
Of course.
Yeah, I became a fitness fanatic.
Well, you fall in love feeling good, and then looking good.
Exactly.
And then it slows that age process down. People don't understand that. It slows the age process
That
down.
is my goal.
Of course. Everybody's goal.
Yeah.
And with today's science and the phone on different things, you can get so many things on the phone. And Erin's the mother of the famous Brody Gagnon, who's a regular on our show. She practically should work at the station here.
I know.
With Josh Gagnon, who is her cousin. So the family is athletic.
Yes.
Very, very athletic. And that's all the way down to the cousins, and it's just so much fun. And now even the little guys winning wrestling.
know,
And
I saw
7 years
first
old,
place.
he's first place.
First
You don't know how to
place.
wrestle. He's just brute strength. And so say what yourself. You started in middle school.
Middle school.
Now, how old is middle school? Is sixth grade?
Yeah, 5th grade, 6th grade.
Right.
Yeah.
And-
I started with basketball. Actually, no. Started with karate in Dominican
Really?
Republic. Yes. For the summer, I used to go up for a summer vacation. And then from there, I started watching Dragon Ball Z and all the
Right.
cartoons, animes.
Yeah.
And it started from there. Then I went to basketball. My grades weren't too great, so
You were busy.
kinda
Wait a
like-
minute, you're busy. I was the same way.
They
Yeah.
kind of said, can't play on the team, so I joined boxing.
How old were you when you started boxing?
I will say 13,
That's young. That's good.
14. Yes,
That's
yes,
good.
yes. Started
Good time.
boxing.
Yeah.
That was my first passion, the boxing. But I always knew I wanted to be a trainer since I was little. After high school, became a trainer. Got out of training because I wasn't basically making a good living.
You got to make money. You got to live.
As a trainer. So I went to the corporate world. Every day I used to go to work. It's not happy. Just going with the motions, just.
And training maybe before.
Yeah,
or
training
after.
myself after work. Just wasn't happy going to work.
No. Not many people are, but
Yeah. So went back to training and just blew up from there.
yeah. Did you, when you boxed, did you do any golden gloves or any?
No golden gloves. I actually did do one amateur MMA. That was awesome. Till this day, my coach wants me to fight golden gloves.
Yeah.
Not feeling it right now.
Yeah.
Just want to focus on the gym.
Like if you wanted to fight the golden, because I did I fought in the golden gloves.
Nice.
One fight, and I had one professional fight.
Nice.
And then I said Taekwondo is much because of the atmosphere and the people. I loved boxing more than anything.
Yes.
But then I said, this is going to get my brain mushed. Yep. No matter how good you are.
Exactly.
I mean, look at Muhammad Ali and those guys. They get hit in the head. And you can't get hit in the head over and over.
No.
And now you can wear gear.
Yep.
Which back in the day, there was no gear.
Nothing. Yep.
Golden gloves had no gear.
Yeah. And not too much padding either. So,
No padding. People goes, oh, you had gloves on. Those gloves are like cement.
Yes.
You ever put a glove on, Aaron? No. You with wraps? You might as well have a table and get hit in the head with the table. But so now you're training people, and you have a special way of training.
Yes.
Explain to me Tabata.
Tabata. So Tabata.
Just a little explain.
So Tabata is a high intensity workout, 30 minutes long max. So basically, you run a specific exercise. Let's say squat jumps. You will go max intensity, 20 seconds. Squat jumps, 10-second break, 20 seconds again. You want to run that about 5 times, and then take a rest.
Right.
That's like a simple one exercise, Tabata exercise.
There you go. Yep.
So basically, it maximize your heart rate, and you're gonna burn a ton of calories.
Right. It's sort of like how you would train for boxing, in a way.
Yes.
You spar for 3 minutes, you rest for 30 seconds.
Exactly.
You spar for you go do your exercises. That's
So it's
Tabata
all
is one.
intervals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Martial arts, Taekwondo, same thing as when you're training for tournaments.
Exactly. Yep.
And no football, huh? You got the football bug.
No,
Yeah.
it's funny. I tried out for football.
Yeah.
Made the team.
Yeah.
Didn't have no idea. The coach actually came to the class looking for me.
Wow.
Like, hey, where?
Yeah.
Looking for you. You made the
you're
team.
strong, yeah.
Went to practices. Same thing. Grades.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yes.
If you really, like your daughter Brody, and we talk about that in Josh. Go to college. After you're going to do your workouts, all right, for basketball or lacrosse for Josh. Then you might have to have a job, or you got to have a social life.
Right.
But you got homework. That's why if I was president of the United States, if you want to vote for me, homework was abolished right off the bat. I think I'd get a lot of votes. So
Yeah, I think you would.
I thought that, and I went to a Catholic school, and I really wasn't good at doing homework. I did get B's, and I could have been an A. I did not do the homework. I refused. And I was so good at making up excuses. Oh, my dog died. The old dog. Well, my mother went right to the hospital. I would make up anything because they didn't have home. And finally, the nuns would talk to my mother, and he's been lying all these years. Oh. And I'm only in the 4th grade. Yeah. They kept me back one year saying, we're going to teach him, But so what do you have, like a schedule? Now, when you're doing this training, do you train with people that you're training? Or do you, Erin, like say, are you doing any of the training at all yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, so
I'm going to get certified. Brody is going to get certified as well.
Excellent. And he can show you the ropes.
Yeah, he's the main trainer.
Now, when you get certified, did they put you through a test or a written
yes.
test? Oh, really?
Yes, yes. I actually just redid mine a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
right? Last month. 100 questions.
You have to redo a certification?
Yes, it expires. Yep.
Get out.
Yeah.
See,
Because there's always new stuff coming out. So I took the test, and
Yeah,
it's
I know.
100 questions long. Yeah.
but you could be running the classes. That's how you know what you're doing. See, that's with the martial arts. Like, I'm as high as you could get. There's nobody going to certify me again. I'll certify them right now. But yourself, the jiu-jitsu or whatever.
Yep.
But saying in the world of training people and whatever, it's almost like you have a black belt.
Yes.
A second, a master black
Yes.
belt. I don't see how it's a money thing maybe to make you certified?
Could be. And it's also, people do forget things. Sometimes people get, I would say, comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Forget
Okay. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
basics.
Right.
And it's good to know how the body works.
Right.
That's how you're going to be able to actually train clients, knowing how the body actually works.
Right. And so you are help training Aaron
Yep.
and Brody also. You're mentioning, right? That's good.
But that's how we met.
Yes.
I met him. He was my coach,
Yes.
my trainer.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's just
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good. That's for a movie.
Maybe.
Longevity. Yeah. Starring Aaron. Sorry.
Yeah.
I go off on a tangent, my brain. I'm an old guy, I can't remember what I'm doing. But anyway, all right, so jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
How much jiu-jitsu did you do?
I didn't do too much.
Yeah.
I'll say just like a year, because then I went.
And who did you train
back
with
to work.
jiu-jitsu?
Do you remember Phoenix? A while ago in
I-
Chelmsford, Phoenix.
I remember the name.
So now they're called Gento Dojo.
Okay, I remember the name.
So I started at Phoenix. Couple months in, I went first competition. I won first place, gold medal in Boston Open. Then I did Muay Thai in Citadel in Somerville.
Wow. Oh, you moved around.
Oh yeah. I wanted to learn all of them.
Was that all traveling, or were you living in the area?
Basically where I was working at the time.
You would make
So,
sure.
yeah.
Cool. Good move. That
So
was a good move.
karate, boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. Went back to jiu-jitsu. I also trained at Team Flow for a little bit, and now back to boxing.
Right. And so, as you're training people, are you throwing any of your martial arts or any of your boxing moves? Do you practice with? Or this is the type of class we're going to have.
So basically, I try to train my clients the way I would train myself.
Okay. Yep.
Obviously, not at the
At
intensity.
a level, yeah, you have to
but
begin somewhere.
I like hybrid training. Hybrid training is the best way to go. Basically, making them train strength and conditioning, and also your cardiovascular.
Right.
So I like to work the whole system in the
Right.
body. So I do implement a lot of, like, when I do boxing and hit, I do implement the jabs, the cross.
Right. Right.
Simple combination that's going to help them. Not
Like
only
a
for-
Thai bow almost with, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to make sure the form is right. They're getting a great workout, but also they're learning the
That's right.
basics.
Yeah.
So it's also
Right.
so I don't promote it as self-defense, but you'll boost your confidence and you'll
That's
be
right.
able to.
So
protect
you've got a
yourself.
variety. That's a good thing is you got a variety, all right? And everyone's going to benefit from that, even your other instructors, whatever. How about, so when someone was to start with you as your training, and I never really trained before, I never really worked out, you really got to go easy.
Yes. So the good thing about it, the way our program works, everyone goes at their pace.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect.
Everyone goes at
That's
their
how
pace.
it's supposed to be, yeah.
And everyone has their own station. So when I come and approach you, you're getting that one-on-one experience, and I correct every single form. Now, if I see that you're having like difficulties and it's too hard, or you just tell me, Josh, I can't do this, modify it. That way they don't feel left out,
Right.
and they keep the body moving.
Because there's no two people the same. No body makeup the same, especially stretch. A lot of stretching. You guys do a lot of stretching, I would imagine.
Yeah, so we're actually gonna have someone coming in on the some weekends. They're gonna be doing stretching / yoga, because that's important as well.
Oh, it's very
recovery.
important, yeah.
I tell people recovery is a lot more important. That's the way to see the results and let your body rest.
And the funny thing is, You have an age limit that you
Everyone's welcome.
personalize. So if a child walked in at 8, that's good.
Yep. Body weight. Start with body weight. They're still growing.
Yeah.
You don't want to stunt that, but body weight, take it easy,
Right.
and go from there.
I always found it was so hard instructing older people who came in and really never did anything. And when I say older, I don't want to say 50s older, but 50s, 60s, and never really did anything. That's hard because everything's tight. There's no muscle mass, and there's nothing to really start working with without hurting them.
Yes.
And some people can do it.
Yep.
Some people just say, no. I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, as I always say, you want them to come back tomorrow.
Yes.
So you got to be sore. You have to be sore. I used to tell a story. My grandmaster, he would kill us for an hour, 2 hours, right, in Connecticut. We'd go to Connecticut, and next day, one day, he goes to me. I was his number one student. Bob, he goes, how do you feel today? Not bad, not bad. You're not sore? No. Oh, I'm going to increase my workout. Oh, and did he kill us? But, I mean, you're higher rank, But you want to be a little sore,
But
and
not
they got to
hurting.
know it, but not too sore.
Right.
You got to walk. You got to work. If they're at work and they're shaking, and they're not going back, Hydration, big thing, too.
Huge.
Back in the day, it wasn't.
Yes.
When we were growing up.
Yes, I know.
When I was, anyway.
Now it's our electrolytes. Electrolytes, water.
I'm glad you said that, because I've been pushing electrolytes on this show and every show. People don't understand.
You need it.
Even if you just put a couple of pinches of salt in.
A little pinch of any, let's say Himalayan pink salt, Baja salt,
Right.
Celtic salt.
Right.
You can put a pinch in this bottle, and it will be so much more beneficial than drinking a gallon of water with no electrolytes.
A gallon of water, no electrolytes, is washing it out.
Yes. You
It's
need a balance.
harmful to you.
Yes.
That's brand new, That's within 10 years.
Yes.
No one cared back in the day. Well, first you couldn't drink any water. All right,
Yeah.
you have to learn to toughen up. Toughen up, okay, and you're dying.
Dehydrated, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but back in the day, you could toughen up. Football teams, professional football teams. Now it's Gatorade now. And I like the little packets, and I won't
Yep.
do a commercial.
Yep.
I'll cut a packet and put it in 2 bottles. Drink it all day.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
Yep.
it tastes good. No sugar. I make sure you don't do the sugar ones. Because Gatorade and a lot of that stuff, artificial coloring, I'm trying to stay away from any of that, too.
Yes.
And you do, too, as you.
Yes.
That's what's great about the phone. It's going to kill us, but it's going to save us if we wanted to.
Exactly.
Learn anything on nutrition before you had to go to the
Library.
library or get someone's opinion or whatever. So when you have people that you train, you make sure that they have their water with them. They have to have water with them. And the sessions are what, about an hour maybe, or half?
Yeah, every session is around 45 to an hour.
Yeah.
And Tabata is 30 minutes. Very high
Right,
intensity.
because it's so intense.
Yes.
Yeah. No jiu-jitsu yet.
No
Maybe some
jujitsu.
boxing moves.
Boxing definitely
Yeah.
twice a week.
Yeah.
We got boxing,
Right.
but no jujitsu yet. Yeah.
Right. As I was talking to Erin, I started the Taekwondo school in Pelham 35 years ago, and still there. We turned into a nonprofit organization, ups and downs, and I know how hard it is to start a new business, right? And never mind, you're praying for the clientele. So today's world with the phone helps you out a little.
Yes.
Back in the day, 35 years ago, there was none of this, right? It was word of mouth. And that, if word of mouth will get you going really good, but this right here, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and what a million others. That's a good venue for you to
The way
start.
to go right now.
Yeah.
Social media.
And but there's so much permits you got to get, right?
Yes.
And insurances you got to get, and it's you. It seems like you make $100, but you spend $200 to make the $100. But that goes away down the road, and as I say, word of mouth, and it's just the time didn't go on. So God only knows where we're going to be, but I know where we're going to be. Yeah, word of mouth and good locations, is a good thing. How about do you when you're training people, do you have a whole special thing on diet? on
Yes.
that diet?
So a lot of people don't know this, but we're gonna be having a nutritionist pretty soon. They're working on their bio, but I just say this: eat real food. If it has over one ingredient, don't eat it. If it doesn't grow,
You know how hard that is.
yeah.
You know how that is.
Yes, very hard.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to be strict. You gotta enjoy life.
You gotta enjoy it,
Just
that's right.
don't make it a habit. Just
Right.
eat one ingredient foods
Yeah,
as
right.
best you can.
And you push that on your people. And,
Yes, that's all I ask for.
Yeah. yeah. And they'll be so happy that they get out of the habit of not eating good.
Yes,
Like at least
too easy.
It's at least 2 servings, 3 servings of fruit a day.
yes.
All right, and vegetables.
Yep.
Push it. Oh, I don't like vegetables. You're gonna die.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the food nowadays killing
it
killing
is.
us.
It is, and
It's fake food.
and the fine print, no one can read, and even if you could read it, you can't understand
Yes.
the words.
Right.
Right. So.
It's funny. I got great when I was doing fitness competitions. I got some great advice, and they told me if you can't pick it, grow it, or kill it, don't eat it.
Yep.
eat it.
And I try to abide by that.
It's
It's not easy. Don't get me wrong.
And
but-
as you say, you can splurge. If
Yes.
you're gonna, you
yep.
splurge if you want. Every other day,
Yep.
But if you give yourself and you really get used to a diet, thank you, Gary. Get used to a diet, you're gonna feel so much
Yes.
better, and your body's gonna work. People don't understand their gut.
Yep.
The gut
Right.
is the central. I mean, oh yeah, you have a bad gut, and
Leaky gut, all that is by the food.
that's by your food.
From the food.
And even like and I don't mind saying I'm a germophobic when it comes to my food. I go to a restaurant, it better be spotless, and I try to stay away from as many as I can, but it better be clean. And then watch the way the food is, watch the way the handles are. But myself, any vegetables and fruit, whatever, I wash well. Grapes,
right.
watermelon. I'll wash the outside of a watermelon before I cut it. Because it's been in the aisle
Sure.
with 20,000 people with every virus.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want this one. Oh, and the little kids touching it. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Funny
Yep.
story. My father, back in the day, I'm only a kid. My father would take me to Demoulas with him. We're talking 50-something years ago, maybe 60 years ago. And I'd be scared. My father would walk through the fruit section, right? Grab a bunch of grapes. He'd start eating the grapes, all right? And, yeah. And I'd look at him, and he'd go, don't worry, I'm going to pay for it, right? But he would. He'd grab a bunch of grapes. But through the whole store, if he got cheese, he'd open up the cheese, start eating the cheese.
Oh goodness.
He could actually buy some cigars. Back in the day, you could smoke. I'm talking 60-something years ago, 56. He'd smoke a cigar while he was doing. Didn't pay for it yet. Yeah. Today they'd probably lock him
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
God rest his soul, that the guy.
Yes.
But yeah. So I mean, that you go off in so many different directions as a trainer. See, you being a trainer and me teaching Taekwondo my whole life, it's the same thing.
Yes.
Right? You learn what you like, and you learn what was good for you.
What
right?
works.
And great thing with Erin and Brody and stuff, you're learning from the best, right? And you're learning the good, just by talking to you now about the food and stuff. Some people, and believe me, trainers, whatever. I eat whatever I want. Oh yeah,
gotta catch up.
I always did. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You can always do something. It doesn't mean it's right. I always smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day. It never bothered me. Yeah, I know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see, yeah.
But that's good for, if you have a whole round way of teaching and coaching, and I like the way they call you Coach Josh.
Yes.
That's nice. If it's really rounded. Now, people, when you have any people you're coaching, do you let them take notes?
Oh yes.
Do you have your own leaflets saying, this is what we're going to plan? I mean, things like that.
like for the
because-
workout.
Yeah, for just general knowledge and stuff.
Like
I don't know, like so if you're going and you're teaching and stuff, do they take notes or they just it's
You don't have time to take notes.
No,
with
no,
him.
no. They just
Okay, so
Yeah.
every day it's the same, and then you'll go off into something else, or
Yeah, so the way it works, for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, is strength and conditioning. So it's like a lot of heavy lifting, and also conditioning. Basically, I write out the workout, and
Okay.
they'll just follow the
All right,
workout.
so
Yeah.
so it's all
Yeah, it's all programmed.
right, yeah. Yeah, you got to have some structure.
Yes.
Because you don't want the same thing over and over. People get bored quick.
Yes.
They get, and that's like when I would teach Taekwondo. 5 minutes we'd be doing pop, 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 pop. Up, let's go over do jump kicks over there.
Yes.
Oh, let's do sparring. Oh, let's do forms. Oh, let's do the back, so that they don't get bored
Exactly.
quick.
Right.
And that's what happens. People.
It does happen. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you're a boxer. You don't worry about boredom. If you're hitting that heavy bag for 2 hours, you don't have time to get bored.
Yeah.
You're just going.
Yeah, you're going.
You're going. I love boxing. I loved
Yes.
it like the and as I said, my first fight, I had to fight under an alias. They brought me up to Maine, it was the same Lewiston, Maine, same ring that Muhammad Ali fought. Who did he fight up there? I forget. But I fought Thanksgiving night, my very first fight as a professional. I'm not even an amateur,
Yep.
but my name was Ron Perry.
Oh.
Because you couldn't give him but he was tuning me up for he wasn't a great coach, but I won't. He was tuning me up that way. This guy had 50, 60 fights in him.
Oh boy.
Hey, I won.
Hey.
Well, I was
Good
already
for
doing
you.
Taekwondo. I was already doing
Yep.
Taekwondo. Not a boxer, but I won. Barely just won, and he was the hometown favorite. All right? To this day, his name was Billy Butts. And he was a good fighter. So I won. Now I think I'm the greatest thing since Smokey Rye. I mean, I'm out of control. Went into the gloves, cocky. This kid rang my bell for 3 rounds. I wasn't going down. And I bloodied his nose and stuff. It was a good fight. But I said, wow, this kid, and that kid, he says, I've been fighting since I was 5. I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
This is my second fight, I said, I'm going to stick with Taekwondo.
Yes. Yes.
Because, but, and I would say, I'm looking at you 200 pounds,
Nope.
195. Heavier.
Right now, I'm around 230.
Wow.
230.
Just jacked.
Don't guess my weight.
I wouldn't even dare. No. You don't have anything to worry about.
I'm kidding,
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, Jesus. So to box, these guys, they're so friggin' tall.
Oh, yeah, they're
that
big.
way.
Yeah, they're big. And it's funny because my coach would want me to fight heavy.
I mean,
Yeah, just because of my conditioning, speed,
Right.
and power, yes.
all you got to do is look at what's his name, Mike Tyson. Right? He'd rather be this because they got to look down and he's coming up hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know what your style is,
Yep.
but it's hard because even like I say, the Taekwondo tournaments, I'm 170 now. I would have to fight at 135, 140 so that I would. Oh yeah, there was nothing to me. Well, I didn't bring my weight down. I didn't
Yeah.
have to. But if I fought at 135, 140, they were still taller than me.
Oh, wow.
So at 170, now you're fighting these legs.
Yeah.
And same thing with boxing. You're fighting that
Long, yep.
long reach. So you can
Oh,
be
wow.
you can be a disadvantage. That's why it's like wrestlers.
Yes.
You drop the weight. Even jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Yep. They drop.
Whether they wanted you or not, it depended on your instructor, how good you were. But I'd like you to drop 20, 30 pounds or 20 pounds.
Yep.
But it's going to end up being muscle. All muscle, right?
That's what's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have a boxing gym ring set up. It's just
I don't know, just bags. Just bags. Yeah.
bag's good.
It's something, this is another goal we have
What for ring?
for boxing.
Boxing, yeah. That's always fun.
Well, yep,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty big place I saw as I drove by this morning. I'll drop in one day.
Yes. Check it out. Yes.
Yeah. And hopefully maybe even someday. I mean, think about it. Nice show on DATV. You're right down the street. That would be fun,
Yes.
Maybe talk to Gary and do personal training on the.
That'd be great.
Yes.
I've been doing that in Taekwondo for. I started in Pelham, and now I'm here almost 35 years. And every other week I do a show. I was doing one show a week back in the day, but it's tough. But a half-hour show, and they play it here. This is, as you can see, this is the greatest studio.
Yeah.
Isn't this
Love it.
something?
Yeah, it's great. It's
People
deceiving.
walk in and
It's
they
huge.
don't
Yeah,
know what.
Yeah, we kept walking. I'm like,
Oh, it's beautiful, and the staff here is second to none.
Oh,
I mean, it's just
very
a
nice.
fun place to be. Ask Brody; she works here.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know, it's fun. And like I say, maybe down the road, down the road, get you back on, see how everything's coming along. It's fun. Like I say, with Brody and Josh, you get them in high school. Now you're in college. That transition. Tell me how was it?
Oh, yeah.
And you got the old show you watched, and now how they matured, and in your opinions on things change too. Like, whoa, this is what we had to do because we couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, wait till they're seniors. You talk to them.
Josh is a senior
Josh
next
is
year.
going to be a senior next year. Brody has 2. Yeah,
2 years.
She'll be a junior.
And she's going to be, she already is in the basketball world over there. It's just so much fun. And the most beautiful kids. Aren't they the most
They're
beautiful?
great kids. Yeah.
Yeah. I had Josh on the Taekwondo show with his lacrosse.
Oh,
What I try to do on the Taekwondo show, and like I say, if you had a show, all sports, how they're all the same. You're
Yeah.
using your hip.
Yep.
You're using your body
So
leverage.
true.
You're using your stance. Everything is balanced, even when you're
Everything.
training.
Yep.
Now, you're training someone who comes in, you got to get your balance first.
Yep.
You can't be lifting these weights and you're
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. You don't think
Yep.
that there's that much involved. You say, everyone knows it. You assume because you're in this world.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
they don't. Not a clue.
Yep.
And
It's
even,
like you see a beginner come in, never worked out. It's like, no, let's put the weights down. Let's go.
I
over
can
the
lift these.
Yeah. Go over the mechanics. It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
mechanics
yeah.
first. all
Or you hurt
mechanics.
yourself or waste time.
And then you hurt yourself, and now you're never going to come back.
That's right.
Now you're hurt, you lost motivation.
And it's older people to me, in my mind, older people will listen more because they do not want to get hurt. Some of them you can't get. Younger kids come in, ball of fire. They're going to show you how great they are. And they don't have a clue.
Yes.
And that's how they get hurt. I can lift that. If you can lift that, I can lift that. No, you can't. And that's how you blow your back out. Last thing you
Right.
want to. And did anybody wear belts and stuff, or if they want, or if they don't, or how's that work?
If
With
they
you?
want,
They can.
they can. Yes. I don't carry them. Me, myself, I don't use them. For me, it's just if I can't lift it without the belt, it's too heavy for me.
Okay.
That's the way I think
Right.
about it for me personally.
Right.
But if someone wants to use it,
Right.
go right ahead.
Right. Just for, I always, I never really wore a belt a lot,
Yeah.
but I did a while because for hernia reasons, I was worried about hernia,
Yes.
and they'll help take off. But if to do things right,
There's
but-
a reason to use the belt. Most
That's
people,
right.
like this generation now that I see, is they use it like to try to go heavier and heavier and heavier.
and thinking that's not the
Yeah,
way to do
that's
it.
not
yeah.
the way.
And and it's good that they they come in and they got, as they say, someone like yourself who thinks everyone knows to say they don't. You have a gift to show people. It's a good gift and it's fun, to share that gift with people, and watching them progress. How about any kind of, and I just did half a show of reflexology and acupressure. Have you ever done?
No, I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
done it, no.
Do a little homework on that. You'll enjoy it. Just for aches and pains.
Okay.
Well, the show I just did was all just hand acupressure. How it just your whole body's.
Oh, I'm gonna
involved.
have to watch it. Yes.
Acupressure, acupuncture. It's you know what acupuncture is
Yes.
with the needles.
Yep.
Acupressure is yourself, and or reflexology. It's yourself pressing certain meridians. It goes up into your pituitary gland and your parasympathetic nerve system, they call it, and then it goes down to the spot. Goes down to the spot where you,
Wow.
and that's what acupuncture is. It's the Chinese 3,000 years. Yeah, so it's always fun. It's something like yourself, because you have the
Yeah.
knowledge, and you'll understand the aches and pains. And I tell people better than aspirin, better than
Sure.
You try to stay away from that.
I
All
don't
natural.
take no over the counter.
All
Aaron's my witness.
No, he doesn't.
I could be in pain. I don't want no medicine.
So that's the thing with this reflexology and acupressure. If you're in pain, there's a spot, many spots in your body that will relieve that pain. I had a meniscus taken out of my left knee, right? And it hurts all the time because that's part of the
Yep.
kicking and jumping, and
Yeah.
it hurts. I'll press right here. There's no more pain. It's gone. That's how I know. And I've been telling these people this on these shows for the last year and a half, but I'm excited with it. It's so, it works so well.
The
So
body heals itself.
the body will heal itself. Yeah.
Just gotta
And,
get
and
it.
through your diet, right?
Yes, diet.
Diet.
I'm a big fan of fasting.
Talk about that because I want to start fasting.
Yeah,
I feel better when I fast, like just one day.
Yeah, there's many reasons why. Once you, well, I started because I seen an article, and I also read and listen to a lot of podcasts. So I realized it takes 24 hours to digest one meal. Now, to me, that's like kind of like Jesus, and then she hears me say it all the time.
And that's good
Like,
food. That's good food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm going to have dinner. I'm going to wake up in the morning, not use the bathroom, eat breakfast, eat lunch,
Bingo.
and then use the bathroom, and then have dinner again. So it's like,
Yeah.
also the stomach's like this big.
Yeah.
So now you've been stretching the stomach the whole time. But it's bigger than that. So that kind of made me like, that's kind of not right.
Right.
It shouldn't be like this. But not only that, it increases your growth hormone. It creates autophagy. So the body actually starts killing off all the bad cells.
Cancer cells. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So
Yeah, that's the big thing I've been listening. But when you say fasting, are you talking 1 days, or are you talking like? Maybe
so
two-
my longest
two-
fast I've done was 96 hours. Now I do like an OMAD. I try to stick with OMAD. So OMAD is 1 meal a day. So I try to fast 20 hours and only have one meal between 4 and 8.
And that's all the time you're trying to do
I
that?
try to do it all the time.
And you're keeping up at 2:30, so that's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
phenomenal.
because fasting raises growth hormone. That's what actually
All
builds.
right, that's it.
muscle.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I've been lied to growing up. Like eat every time to
Yeah.
get big, and it's like
But when you eat now, you must be starving, number one, or no, or your stomach shrinks a little then. Or
the
maybe-
stomach does shrink.
Right.
Now I do eat enough to sustain me. It's not like I'm saying like fast and then
And then
eat
you're
1,000
done.
calories.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Eat your calories.
Right.
But you're getting the benefits of autophagy, growth hormone, and actually your body starts using body fat
Right.
after 16 hours of fasting.
Right. Right.
So I always train fasted because when you train fasted, now your body's using stored fat for energy.
How about so you're fasting, and in between, maybe a watermelon or a fruit. Does that ruin the fast?
Anything with calories, carbs, and protein will break your fast. Will give you an insulin spike
Right.
that will break your autophagy.
So when you do all this vegetables or whatever, it has to be during. You can have water. You have to have
Water, herbal teas, non-flavored, black coffee, and electrolytes.
electrolytes, right?
Nothing with calories, carbs, and protein.
Yeah. And you're doing it on a daily.
Yeah, I try to do it daily.
How long have you been doing that?
Oh,
Are you following this when you do it?
no.
Okay.
She tried. and,
No.
I know it would be tough.
It's
It's hard in the beginning. You got to start
Yeah.
with the basic of a 16 and 8. So skip breakfast and eat from 12 to 8.
Right. Right.
Once you get that, then do 4 to 8. After that, you could do OMAD. Just have one meal between 4 and 8
At night.
at night. At least 3 hours before you go to bed.
Right. Right. You have to before you go to bed. I go to bed real early, so I'd have to do it like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so you have that one meal and not eat again until.
Well, because I've been, especially on TikTok and Instagram, they got these doctors, and I love. I mean, I'm not religiously believing everything they
Yes.
say, but fasting is one that they're all saying, and they're saying you want to beat cancer, right?
Yeah.
And they're talking 5-day fasting sometimes. That's an awful lot.
Yeah.
I mean think about it. That would get everything out of that gut.
Everything.
Start again, and now your gut can work really well.
Because it's like, now remember, like, you'll have all this energy, have a meal,
it spikes you down.
So,
Yeah,
because-
that's right. Yeah,
digestive system takes 80% of your
right.
energy.
Have all that energy. Yeah, and if you eat crazy food and stuff,
Now you're in a slump.
Yeah, now you're in a slump. Yeah,
Slump.
and then that gets habit forming.
Yeah.
It's just a habit. And how we've been brought up.
That's what it is.
You know, you were brought up as a kid. Hey, what you want? Look at he's happy. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now he's not. Give him chips.
Yeah.
Give him cookies. He loves cookies. You know?
Yeah.
I still like cooking. I still like
Yes.
a lot of little.
Oh yeah, me too. Love sweets. But
My wife is an unbelievable cook, and cookies and stuff. And I try to 2 or 3 days I'll have a couple, and no more for 4 days. But I remember, and I had to go for some kind of procedure. I couldn't eat for 2 days.
Yep.
They make you drink whatever, and so that you're complete. I never felt so good in my
Yep.
life. There was nothing in me but water.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, I feel light. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yes.
light.
yeah,
Yeah.
it raises everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And you lost 10 pounds of, and I did lose 10 pounds easily. I lost 10 pounds in 3 days.
Yep.
And I said, I like that.
Yeah, and more studies are coming out. It doesn't burn muscle. It doesn't slow down your metabolism. It actually raises your metabolism
Wow.
and increases your temperature, core temperature.
Right.
Because your body is like survival mode, they call it. But it's like everything is like boost.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, I hope a lot of people were
Yes.
watching this say, wow, I'm going to try that out.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Like, as I say, I did a little and here and there, and I like it. You do it a lot.
Yes.
And
I see the difference.
you're massive, and you're
Yeah.
built. So it works pretty well, you know. Well, it's like you look in the forest, and you got the biggest gorillas jacked up,
Yep.
and they're eating a banana. That's all they're eating is
Yeah.
bananas
Yeah.
and a grapefruit. I don't know what they're eating, but they ain't eating steak.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look at how big these guys.
Yeah. So do you know why they're huge? So they actually have this acid in their stomach. Also, the cow, I believe it is too.
Right? Yeah.
It creates, I think it's fiber or something else, to proteins. Yes.
Really? And that's the butt.
Yes.
That's the
in
animal.
the stomach. Yep.
Wow.
That's why they're so huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah. I gotta
just
find
eating
it. Send
bananas
it
ain't
over.
gonna work then.
No,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
I gotta send it over. Yeah, I gotta send it over to you when I find it.
Yeah. That's pretty.
So I'm like, that's why they're big,
Yeah.
because they're actually their body take it as protein.
Well, think
instead.
about it. Look at a horse. What a horse eats.
Yes.
True.
Look what an
Same
elephant.
way.
Look what an elephant
Yeah.
eats. And I'm like, how they get so big?
Yeah.
They ain't any meat.
Yes.
You know.
But also the amount they eat.
Oh yeah. No, that's the amount. But
Yeah.
their body can handle it. The body, like cows and stuff. Doing it. Yeah. You're not vegetarian, are you?
No.
You're
No.
not vegetarian. Okay. Yeah. Meat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of paleo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's like my number. Like if someone asks me what I should start with,
Right.
like food wise, do a paleo diet.
The paleo.
Eliminate gluten, dairy, and legumes.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
Right.
You're gonna after 1 week, you're gonna drop a lot of body
Yeah.
fat. A lot of body
I don't
fat.
do dairy anymore. I stopped with the dairy.
Dairy
Right.
causes inflammation.
Yeah.
The only dairy that you can have is fermented dairy or raw.
Right.
So like raw goat's milk,
Right.
raw milk, or like cottage cheese.
I like cottage cheese.
Now a lot of people get this confused. You got to go with the whole cottage cheese, not the fat-free one.
Oh, okay.
Because
yeah.
the fat actually still has a little bit of enzymes that helps you digest
Right. Okay.
the dairy. Yep.
Yeah. I'll. That's kind of what I've. In the last probably 6 months to a year, that's my supper at night. I'll cut up a cucumber, and I'll have cottage cheese, and then some really nice crackers that are, the healthy crackers.
Yep.
And boy, it fills me right up. I could sleep like a baby because I don't have meat. I used to be a steaking guy there.
Right.
I don't think I have one steak a month now. Yeah.
What do you have for like?
My wife is, like I say, she's a great cook. And she'll do we do a lot of chicken.
Yes.
All different types of chicken and stuff. Tons of chicken. Once in a while she'll do a nice beef stew or you know, a lamb. If I can, a lamb is nothing like a lamb, but you know, heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's heavy on you, but not much. It's not much meat, but chicken, and try to get the fish in there. I love fish, you know, especially when we go out. If I'm going to go out and eat, I'm going to get something that I usually don't cook at home.
Right.
Fish,
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
you know, and get some of that because each one of them has their own certain. What are you doing for vitamins?
Vitamins. I don't like doing it because you could get it from food, but multivitamin. I do the multivitamin now because of the fasting, because I won't be able to get all my vitamins in,
Right.
in that eating window, so I'll have that.
Right.
Multivitamin just one a day.
Right.
Very basic, one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. They shouldn't have done it. They didn't know back in the day, but they started me on one a days, the little round one a days. I must have been 2 years old or something like that. Oh yeah, and you don't do that. But they all took my mother and my aunts. Whatever. They all took one a day, so they gave it to me. But I've been taking vitamins almost 70 years.
Wow.
And I swear by them. I see people. I've never taken a vitamin in my life.
You should, yeah.
And you kind of look at, you know, and you're only 50 years old. You're only 35 years old. You look like you need some vitamins.
Yeah, if you're not eating it, take the
And
multivitamin.
there's some that won't dissolve right in your body and stuff. So you have to do your homework
Yes.
Sure.
on taking vitamins.
Yes.
People aren't taking them in the right time. Some of them are water soluble. Some of them are fat soluble. They got to take them at the right time while they're eating. Do your homework. That's what I tell them, right?
Everything's out there.
Yeah. And that's what's good about being a coach. You're guiding them.
Yes.
Eventually they're going to learn on their own, and it could be years because there's so many different ways and with yourself, between boxing and tabata and say jiu-jitsu moves or whatever, even jiu-jitsu, if you don't want to teach jiu-jitsu, you can still teach certain moves,
basics, yes.
the basics on how
Yes.
to roll and stuff, and you know,
It's good to have a little bit of everything.
it sure is.
Yeah.
It's the experience, and like I say, even basketball. You take basketball and jiu-jitsu. It's all about
Yes.
concentration,
Yep.
getting your balance, things that all go together. Every sport.
Yep.
There's not a sport that doesn't have it, right?
They all have something in common.
That's right. That's right. And you're still thinking boxing, huh?
Yeah.
You got to let me know. I'm going to that because I think the Golden Gloves just started just last week or this week. The Golden Gloves.
Yes,
for
it
this
did. Yep,
year.
Yep.
And
I was thinking about it. I did tell Aaron, I think it was like last month, I'm going to fight again. But then I changed my mind.
Well, no, you have to be dedicated now.
Yeah.
This new thing you got going now on, you know, the business you got.
I got to focus on that.
It's
you know.
It's going to
Yeah.
take all the time in the world.
Yes.
Yeah. And Aaron, you're doing a lot of, so you're dividing up a lot of the work to help each other because there's so much work.
Yes.
And then when you're done with the work, you got to clean the place. And then
Set up for the next day.
people say, "Oh, you're lucky you have your own business." Oh, really? I'm lucky.
We were just talking about
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
they'll
it's
say
just-
that. Oh,
it's a
you are
lot.
so lucky.
And you know what I tell people? It's like, now think about it. I'm here 5 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, right? Now, I can't miss a day because you guys are all dependent on me. If I don't make it, no one works out.
That's right.
So I actually have a lot more responsibility than working
And
somewhere.
do that a couple of times, and you lost that sooner. Hey,
Exactly.
I'm not taking my
Yeah.
time to come here, and you're not going to be here.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah, I was at the Taekwondo school. The funny thing is, blizzards.
Yeah.
And I had a business next door to it too, a print shop. So I was already at the print shop, but a blizzard was coming, right? And all I had to do was walk 2 steps, and now I'm in my Taekwondo school. People would drop off their 6-year-old. There's only one person. They drop them off and take off fast. I'm there with a 6-year-old, and there's a blizzard outside. And I can't find their phone number. I had it written down, but I'm not I'm not good at that clerical stuff right there. So I couldn't find. So I had to teach a kid in a blizzard until mom and dad had their little vacation.
Yeah.
Just dropping them off, get them out of the house, right? That's what you know. So it's like, but you had to be there. You had to be there, no matter
it's
what.
not easy yet. Got to be
And-
there. You got to get up.
I'm sick. I'm not sick. But the thing is, and I always knock on. When was the last time you were really sick? I haven't been sick in years. 100 years. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Remember?
All right, and that's an attribute of
Yeah.
good living.
Good living.
Yeah. I mean, you can catch a cold. You will catch a
Yes.
cold.
Yeah.
But there were basics and stuff. And like your gym, you're going to want to make sure that's going to be spotless. You know, people can see as they walk in. Oh, wow, this is nice.
Yes.
You know? Now, do you change up the structure of it, or once you got the structure, this is the stations that we're always going to have?
I always change it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like today I changed it up.
Mix
Something
it up.
completely different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like I put myself in their shoes as well.
Yeah. Different than they don't know what's going on
Yeah.
next. Yeah.
Because it's like I don't want to come to a gym and have the same thing.
Over and
my
over.
way.
Right. Right.
So if I wouldn't like it, why would I do it for the clients?
That's right.
So
That's right. Yeah, you have to think of how you would.
Yes.
Now, when you start a gym like that in Mass, was it big thing with the permits, or is that it's tough to get the permits?
No, it
Not
was
really?
relatively
yeah.
easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
pretty good.
relatively easy.
pretty smooth.
Yeah. And licenses for this and that, or not? No, because I
That's-
mean they come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, that's where my background came into play because
Ah.
I deal with the commercial real estate. So it was pretty.
Yeah,
It was a
pretty
fairly
smooth.
smooth process.
Pretty
For
You've been in
us.
commercial real estate for how long?
Almost 19 years.
Wow. Yeah. I I have my real estate license.
I did not know.
Oh,
that.
I have my real estate license. I got it in 2000. When did I get that? 2002, and I sold a condo within 3 days. And I told my wife, I said, we're going to be rich. I didn't sell anything after that for 6 months.
Yeah, it's a tough market.
But that wasn't commercial.
Yeah.
But I says, what happened? I just got lucky because I knew the guy. He was one of
Yeah.
my students
Yeah.
today. So I said, this is easy.
It's a grind.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
grind.
well, it is. But if you're good at it, you do well.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I've worked. I was working for Dick Lapine for a little while there,
Okay.
because I still have my license, non-active, and so I'm not paying all the dues and stuff. But if I get someone who says, "Hey, I'd like you to sell my house," I'll get my license
Sure.
right back. You know, but you got to take the courses. You know, the 12-hour courses, and you do every 2 years.
No, I oversee property management, so I'm not a broker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you have your real estate license.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
No.
So.
No.
And you never you don't have to.
Just a business background.
Oh, that's cool. That makes it better.
If I'm a broker, you have to get the real estate license.
Yeah.
I'm not. No.
Right.
No, I like a stable income.
Yeah, and the license is tough to get. I mean, the test is phenomenal.
I wanted to get into residential. I wanted to do it like part time, but
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I
There's
don't
no
wanna-
such thing as part-time when
There
it comes to
really
real
isn't.
estate.
And
Yeah,
I
there's
just,
no-
I don't know. I'm just comfortable where I am right now. so.
Comfort and happiness beats anything.
Yeah, I work for some great people. So.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
with them for 20-something years.
Isn't
so,
that wild?
Yeah.
Boy, that's just nice. Not many people have that luxury to,
Well, that longevity with a
the
career. How do you like
longevity.
that, huh?
Well, then when you start your rock band, the longevity. And Aaron on vocals.
Yes.
And, Josh on the bass. That's funny. Where'd you get the name Longevity?
It's always been my dream to open a gym,
Yeah.
and I've been having this name since.
In your back of your mind.
Yeah.
Good name.
So
It's
when,
a good name, Longevity.
when we're like, what are we gonna call it?
Yeah.
Longevity. So
There you go.
it's in
There you go. Jesus, we've been talking almost for an hour now.
Nice.
Yeah, isn't that
Just
fast?
Keep it
Went by
rolling.
fast.
Keep it rolling.
Isn't that
Great.
fast? Well, when you have knowledge, just like I said, if you used to do a show, a DATV show on, you're talking to the camera.
Yes.
You're talking with a student with you, or someone who's, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you know
Yeah.
what you're talking about, it's easy.
Easy. Correct.
If you don't know what you're talking about,
That's a
people will see right through.
Yeah.
Now, I've been talking to you for an hour. I know you know exactly.
Yes.
And you just taught me a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just the little that you said about of the fasting.
Oh, I could go.
It just gets me
Yeah.
going.
I
Oh, I
could go
know.
down the rabbit.
And I'm into that. And I'm into reflexology and all that stuff, especially as you get older, right? I'll be 70 this year. You want another 20 good
Sure.
years.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm 20.
Yep. You can
My
keep
bones,
going.
my bones and stuff will let me know that you've been up there,
They'll
kid.
remind you.
They'll remind you,
Yeah.
but you ignore it. You have to. If you don't ignore pain, might as well just stop everything.
Yes.
You're gonna have pain.
You're gonna
Very
have-
true.
It's part
Right?
of life. Yes.
Learn to live through it. Learn to live through it. Sleep wise. All right.
Important.
When you what do you get? Good 8 hours anyway.
Now I'm getting like 6.
Oh, come on,
6.
you know.
But I do take my power naps midday. So
Hey, big
they work.
They
They
do
work.
work.
Yes.
What are you talking? A 20-minute, 30-minute power nap?
Mine's longer. I will call them a little sleep. So I have like this little schedule now that I'm getting accustomed.
Yeah.
Because I wake up around 3:45 or 4.
Right.
Be at the gym 5. I'm done my last client now, like 10:15. Get my workout in. Go home. Nap. Take a shower. Go back to the gym 4 or 5.
Okay.
So I'll sleep around from like 12 to 1 or 1 to 2.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
And then stay fasting.
Yeah.
Fast.
And you don't have any problem falling asleep. Your brain's not.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Because I like self-hypnosis also. I'm into all that. So,
That's good.
I call my wife a witch because she's into this big time. I said, you're a witch.
The human is amazing.
It's just-
the human body is amazing. So much we could do.
No, so much we ignore.
We don't listen to our bodies.
We should, yeah. It's easier to drop a pill.
Yep.
It's so much easier to drop a pill, and I'll sleep that way.
Yeah, it's like what I'm saying. All you're doing is putting a Band-Aid over it.
Right.
Something that's never going to cure.
Before I go to sleep, because sometimes my brain wants to race, I'll eat a handful of pistachio nuts because of the ingredients in the pistachio nuts to increase melatonin. Then a spoonful on a wooden spoon with honey and a pinch of salt.
Celtic or Himalayan pink salt,
Himalayan,
yeah.
yeah. So pinch of salt. Oh, right before bed.
Yep.
All right. Then I take magnesium.
Helps
All
you
right.
sleep, yeah.
All right. I sleep like a baby.
Why the wooden spoon?
They say the metal on honey does something. I don't know the scientific thing, but if you put the honey on a metal spoon, it destroys some of the properties. Yeah, I don't know. I forget what it is. And we got wooden spoons. My wife's got wooden spoons that she uses to cook. Put it on a wooden spoon, and honey tastes good before bed. I don't know why with the salt.
Try that.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, and it almost like a tranquilizer. And then when I get to bed, I do my breathing exercises every night. Breathe in, look at the number, 1, 2, 3, up to 6 or 8. Hold it for a couple more seconds longer than that, and breathe it out so there's nothing left. I can't get by 5.
Yeah.
Out like a light, because it hypnotizes you.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, as I'm breathing, I'm doing my reflexology on my hand. So I'm calming my whole body down while I'm thinking. So I'm not thinking of anything.
Yep.
I'm not thinking of finances.
Like meditating.
It's a whole meditation,
Goes every
self-hypnosis.
zone, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Before the phone, because there's so many self-hypnosis on YouTube
Yep.
on this, they're good. I bought a self-hypnosis book before the phone, and I had my own little tape recorder. I read into the tape recorder, and I had my own voice hypnotizing me at night, every night. And I still have the tape recorder and and that was 30-something years ago. Wow. Yeah. So once all of a sudden I seen this, there's thousands and thousands. Sealy, there's a guy Sealy, hypnosis. I go to him, and I'll put it on, and then I'll just listen to him, doing all my stuff. Bang right out. So that's about all the time we got there, folks. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a cool hour.
Now, like you mentioned before we go, like the the wooden spoon. Another one that's good is having a copper mug.
My wife
100%
has the copper mugs.
You
Yeah.
put water,
Yeah.
it actually energizes the water.
Yeah, my wife has the,
Copper
and do
material.
not put them in the dishwasher; she'll kill me. But she's got 5 copper mugs. They're beautiful.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, energize the water, yeah.
Yeah, the copper itself.
Yep.
Who would think? I mean, who would think?
That's why if you see some people, they'll have the copper bracelet.
The copper bracelet. Yeah,
energizes
yeah,
the body.
yeah. And it's supposed to help with pain.
Yep.
And all that. We should be living till like 150 years old. I don't think I'm going to make it. You guys might have a shot.
You'll make it. You'll make it.
Every year they come out with 100 things that should help you stay if you listen.
Yeah.
And it should be natural. And now they want to ban certain things on food, which is good. Don't feed that to our kids. Why not just give them poison? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
basically what they're giving
They're
nowadays.
giving poison.
Yeah.
And it's only sugar. Yeah, poison.
Exactly.
And I told you how much sugar I had in my life, because I used to drink coffee going to school. I had coffee when I was 7, 8. I'd have a coffee because my aunt gave me as much coffee as I wanted, but I had to have the sugar bowl.
Yep.
5 sugars in each coffee.
Oh gosh.
Right? 3 coffees, maybe. I'd go to school wired. I'm in the 3rd grade, and no wonder I ain't doing homework. This is a true story. And I still drink a lot of coffee, but I use honey.
Yep.
But I use a little pinch of cream. I gotta have that
Yeah.
pinch. And it's so light that I'm not even, but it's in my mind. I don't want black.
Yeah, I do black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should do black, and it's good for you.
Yes.
The coffee is so good for your brain. And,
It is.
Well, Josh and Aaron, that was so much fun. Longevity is the name of their new business. Check them out. And hopefully Josh is going to have a show.
Yes.
We're going to have him talk to Gary and Gary always, and there'll be so much fun.
Yeah, giving out knowledge.
A lot of knowledge. Aaron will jump on it with you, and the both of you have a ball.
You don't need me. You
Ah,
got him.
come
He's
on,
good. He's-
Brody, Aaron, and the whole group. Yeah. So if anyone wants to catch the show, it's on datv.org. Also Spotify, all your podcasts. You can find this show. Merrimack Valley Public Radio also carries this show, and YouTube. Write me up some comments. Let me know how you like this show. Thank you so much, both of you. We'll do it again in a year and see what progress we are with each other. And so until next time, everyone, have fun and train hard.